Hey everyone, August recently ended, so of course it's time to give a rundown of what I got over the month. Starting with comics, the trade paperback of Transformers vs. Visionaries, the 5-issue IDW miniseries written by Magdalene Visaggio and with art by Fico Ossio, bringing quite a few of the magically gifted Spectral Knights and Darkling Lords to Cybertron, and the conflict that entails with magic versus technology, bringing potential change to Cybertron itself. Also, of course, the next issue of Transformers Unicron, the third issue, in fact. Still, of course, written by John Barber with art by Alex Milne. At this stage, several of the colonies have fallen, and Unicron looms over Cybertron, so everyone wonders what their next move will be. Especially with this just being the halfway point in the event. Shifting to Oni Press, of course, issue 33 of Invader Zim, with pretty fantastically goofy cover. Written by Sam Logan, art by Fred C. Stressing. As Zim and Dib compete in this corporation's innovation fair to come up with unique products that they can then license for themselves away from the inventor and make loads of money off it. And yes, this is involved in the story. It's not exactly misleading. I could probably say even less about this since I did a little video on it. Yep. Action, drama, character, dynamics, comedy. It's all there. Back to IDW stuff. Transformers Lost Light, Volume 3. Collecting issues 13 through 18. Written by James Roberts. Art by Alex Milne, Sarah Pita DeRocha, Brendan Cahill, and Jack Lawrence. With the continued adventures of Team Rodimus, as well as some more exploits of the Decepticon Scavengers team. So, variety of interesting stuff there. My sole Criterion purchase for the month, the new release of Smithereens, the directorial feature debut of Susan Seidelman from 1982, starring Susan Berman. Kind of a low-key, like, New York, like, punk rock-based character exploration kind of thing. People trying to make their way in the big city. Stuff like that. Sounds pretty interesting to me, so I decided to get it. On the same day as that, of course, Deadpool 2, the super duper cut with some extra footage, about 15 minutes worth. Didn't see it in the theater, but immediately watched it upon getting it that day. Maybe not necessarily as good as the first one, because it was more... It goes much more of a sequel route. Much more action, more characters, more references. But it's still enjoyable, still very much in the spirit of the first one. So check it out if you haven't yet, somehow. From Dark Horse, The Legend of Korra, Turf Wars Part 3. The concluding graphic novel to the first continuation story from the original show. Written by Michael Dante DiMartino, art by Irene Coe. As things culminate in a spiritual related conflict in Republic City. And the dynamic between Korra and Asami is further explored. So it's nice to have. On to toys. I was originally uncertain about getting them, especially since it looks like the team might forever be incomplete. But I got Power the Prime's Elita 1, originally the leader of the female Autobots, like Resistance team in a cartoon. But recently got some comics exposure through IDW. Turns into a fighter jet and forms the torso of Elita Infinite. Then, as I noted in a, of course, too long video, the Wave 3 Prime Masters. Megatronus with Bomb Burst, Quintus with Bludgeon, and Solus Prime with Octopunch. Got little figures inside of them. See that they're compatible with lots of bigger figures. They can turn to weapons. Lots of various little plate features. So nice little guys to collect. Actually, sorry, slightly out of order there, but... And also blind bought the movie Tag. Sort of an action comedy, more inspired by a true story of a group of friends who continue their pretty much endless game of tag from every year for a month at a time. And with this, they try to get the previously untaggable Jeremy Renner as his wedding approaches. But we also got funny people like Jake Johnson, Hannibal Buress, Nyla Fisher. Heard it got an okay reception, but I think it'll still be a fun time. And back to the regular order with the final things I got. Power the Prime's Moonracer and Nova Star. Remolds of each other, but also classic members of the female Autobots, turning into basically futuristic cars. Got their weapons, their prime armor, and they could form a limb of any compatible combiner in the current toy line. So it's nice to have them, at least as a trio. Kind of fingers crossed that maybe Takara Tomy will step up and make Greenlight and Lancer to make a 5-member team that can form Elite Infinite all on their own, but who knows. But anyway, that's it for this month. Some toys, some movies, some comics. I think even next month there'll be even fewer things that I plan to get, but it'll still be an interesting time. So, see you in early October to talk about my September purchases. See you later, folks.